Hi, this is Michelle Hanson with the Hanson team, and I have the pleasure of interviewing a senior, Gwen Willeford. She runs for Southeast Polk Cross Country, and she is representing our team and our community at the state meet. Gwen, give us your vibe. What are you guys feeling this week as you prepare for the race?
Definitely some nerves, but I think after coming from the state qualifying meet, we've got a lot of inspiration just because going in fourth ranked teams and being able to qualify, definitely kind of riding off that high a bit into the state meet.
That's all right. That's a good high to ride off. Tell me what it was like at districts when you guys learned that you were in.
Oh, it was a really good feeling. I just remember watching everyone cross the finish. I went to the finish line just to make sure everyone's okay and doing well, and I was scrolling through results, trying to get them up as soon as possible. But
Right.
it was a good relief, kind of a weight off shoulders, and then also just very excited for everyone.
Absolutely. Tell me what it's been like to run across country these last 4 years, but then also to run with your dad as the head coach. What has that been like?
It's been just amazing. Something I'll never forget. It's definitely made my high school career one of the highlights of it all. Having my dad as coach, really, I just can't imagine any other way to do it. It's been just great to have him there and just to always have both my dad and the coach supporting me along the way.
Absolutely. I love it when I ask what's the advice that they have from coach. So I want to hear it from you. What is that advice that he gives you that plays over and over in your head, whether it's related to life or it's related to on the course?
I would say probably my favorite piece of advice is what he gives before our races. Just run the first 2 miles with your head and then run the last mile with your heart. That's really helped me get through my own races.
I like that.
Yeah.
I also like to know, um, when you're running, do you take yourself to a different place or are you present and in the moment?
I would say I'm pretty present in the moment. Honestly, not a lot, thinking about not a lot very much, but I do hear everyone and I like to look around a bit more.
Okay, you do hear everyone. Okay, that's
I
always
do.
that's always good to know that you hear people. Do you expect to see certain people at certain places?
I do. I can always hear our assistant coach, Barons. She's always at the mile markers
Okay.
consistently. So I always know when she's coming up, when I can hear her.
Okay. How do you feel this sport has affected you as a person?
I'd say overall, I'm just a lot more mentally tough when it comes to pretty much anything, schoolwork, kind of just life in general. I feel like I'm more persistent with it, and I have kind of just a better mindset than I would without it, without cross country.
When I go and I support, you got everybody makes it look easy, but when you think about really doing it and going up that last hill when everybody's yelling go,
Mhm.
go, and it's like I'm trying. I
Mhm.
I am. I am. What are the when you're on the bus rides home, whether you're in a bus or a van, who is the one that brings the most laughter, win or lose? Who brings the most laughter on the team in those moments on the ride home?
Oh goodness. The first person that comes to mind is Taylor Barber. She's a sophomore this year. She's definitely always pretty positive. She's able to make us laugh. But honestly, I feel like everyone brings their own like positivity and good vibes to the team, whether it was good meet or not as good as we want it to be.
Right. Are there any rituals that you guys do as a team? Is anybody superstitious, like wildly superstitious that we
I
have to be aware of? Like you have to sit in the same spot or any of that?
I feel like we all have our little things. Nothing major comes to mind, but I know like certain people they have to tie their shoes the same way, or
Oh,
like they have to bring certain water bottles. They wear the same hair tie. Just a lot of little things that just mean a lot to them, and then help them out during the race.
absolutely. Um, what is any any meet like pre-meet rituals at your house that you have as a family that you want to share?
Normally every night before our meet, we eat some kind of pasta. That's a pretty religious thing we do. Um, we also try to go to bed quite early. Sometimes that doesn't work, but it's something we shoot for normally before each meet.
Absolutely. What is something that you would, and maybe you will, it's your last, in the huddle or whatnot, but what do you want to make sure the underclassmen know, moving forward in this sport?
I would just say don't take anything for granted. Like cherish every moment because it's going to go by really fast and before you know it it's going to be, your last huddle. So just while you can enjoy everything, even if it's not, the most fun moment when you're finishing a race. Just enjoy it while it's there.
Who does a great job of being a leader in the huddle?
Mhm. Definitely my dad, just because he's getting up there. Most of the time, we really just listen to him and then we all break it down. But
I
also
think
Jenna
that's
from
smart. I
Quad.
think that's smart to listen to coach.
Oh, for sure. Jenna always gives fist bumps to everyone too before each
Now,
race.
I've heard dad says giddy up.
Mhm.
He says giddy up, right?
Yes.
That's what Jenna says she loves when he says giddy up. And so what I asked her is if she could have some superpower, what would it be? So I want to ask you that as well.
That's a tough one. Honestly, probably super speed, just because that would be amazing.
Well, and her superpower is to fly. And
Mm,
so, and if yours is speed, I just don't know how we could go wrong. I don't know
for
how we could
sure.
go wrong with giddy up and super speed and flying. So I think you guys have the best mojo going into this weekend. And I want to say congrats to all of you. You have made us proud, just with the character on the team and the leadership and the coaching team's continued success. So we are very proud. Go represent.
Thank you. Thank
All
you.
right, you guys go do your best. Leave it all out there.
Thank you. We will.